Welcome to Stevie's World UK. Today I'm in Manchester at Media City. So today the Coronation Street Experience and Star Tour is part of my world. Very shortly I will be starting my Coronation Street Experience tour, where not only will I get a chance to walk the famous cobbles of Coronation Street, but I'll also get to meet one of the stars, details of who I will reveal later on. So having checked in, my tour won't be starting for a little while, so a chance to check out the facilities on offer. First up is a Coronation Street penny press and a small cafe where you can get some light refreshments, as well as the obligatory Coronation Street gift shop where you can get all your Coronation Street merchandise. Under the watchful eye of Pat Phoenix, who played Elsie Tanner, I'm heading up to the Coronation Street exhibition. So come with me, let's take a look. As you can imagine, this exhibition looks back at the history of Coronation Street with nostalgia, featuring many of the costumes, props and replica sets. First up is a selection of some of the bridal wedding dresses as worn by some of your favourite characters on the street. This subtle orange frayed, discreet and understated garment was worn by Gemma Winter when she married Chesney Brown in 2023. Not all weddings go according to plan, and this one was no exception. Daisy's acid-stained dress in her failed marriage to Daniel Osborne. Directly opposite to that is Jenny Bradley and Eva Price's wedding dresses from 2017. The male characters of Coronation Street are represented here by Dev Alahan and his traditional Indian wedding outfit, right next to the original Coronation Street's jukebox. And we all know that Dev loves to party. Finishing this section is the turn of Fizz Dobbs and her marriage to Tyrone, complete with bridesmaid dresses of Ruby and Hope. There are countless number of props that you will remember from the classic iconic TV series, going from David's stuffed weasel to Jack's stuffed pigeon, all the way to Paul's rainbow onesie. I don't think anybody will ever forget Ken Barlow's kimono. Now I can't believe that they didn't paint Ken in his kimono. Now going from one disaster to another, this is the Witness Appeal tram crash sign that featured in the 50th anniversary celebration and the Viaduct tram crash. Now, if you're old enough and have been watching the street for quite a while, you will remember some of these items in this case, featuring Annie Walker's gloves, Elsie Tanner's handbag and telephone, Bette Gilroy's earrings, and Liz McDonald's necklace. There are 3 replica sets to see at the exhibition. Now, we've already seen Jack and Vera's house. This, of course, is the famous Roy's Rolls, where everybody congregates and comes to, because at home, it's impossible to make your own tea, make your own coffee, do your own toast, or cook your own breakfast. Now it's nearly lunchtime and I'm getting a little bit hungry and partial to a bit of lunch, and that pie looks delicious. Oh, it looks fake. It's made of rubber. That's cheating. On to the third and final replica set now. This is the Rovers Return, right next to one of Beverly Callard's, aka Liz McDonald's, glamorous outfits, and Sean's equally desirable jumper. Fancy a hot pot? All of a sudden it's got very cold in this pub. This is a selection of props used by the Coronation Street Killers. Rob Donovan, John Stape, Katie Harris, Tracy Barlow and Stephen Reed. Now I'm heading off before my contract is terminated because my number is literally up. Time to start the tour, starting with the Coronation Street Cinema. And here is Coronation Street itself. Now not even on the main cobbled streets yet, and further deception, this is the ITV reception area and car park, which doubles up as the entrance to Weatherfield General. It catches you out just like that rubber pie all over again. There were a number of vehicles that we saw on the Coronation Street experience. The first being the Fresco's delivery truck. Freshness, that's right up your street. And the second being that Newton and Ridley truck, delivering all that warm beer to the Weatherfield residents. The ITV studios certainly make the most of every inch of the space. This secondary car park doubles up as Fresco's. I'm currently entering into the new backlot set. This is the precinct, home to Evelyn's charity shop, and just above it the flats, occupied by Sean and the ex-home of Lauren. Now pretty much at some point or another, every resident of Coronation Street has ended up in serious trouble in this place. So all I can say is watch your money, watch your bag, watch your bike and watch your car.
You all know who this is home to. It's home to the S-Wing, Craig Tinker.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
With a bit more deception, if we go for the gates just next to the police station, this brings us out right in front of Trim Up North. So on one side it's parking for police vehicles only, and on the other parking for residents of Victoria Court. Another new addition to the set, this is the Sainsbury's local, not seen on TV as of yet, but will be very soon. Now if you literally want to go nowhere, this is where you start with Weatherfield North tram station, because it literally goes nowhere. They won't even let you in. Coronation Street is filmed 8 weeks in advance, so by the time of recording this, they're getting ready for Christmas, as you can see, but it's very festive North Pole Grotto. Lunchtime, still hungry. Surely Speeddale's gotta be open. Come on, Yasmin, let me in. Another place closed. If I don't eat soon, I'm gonna need the services of George Shuttleworth. Hunger on hold, we come to one of the poshest sides of Coronation Street. This is Victoria Court, home to Nick Platt and Maria. Where there's a crime, there's a solicitor. And this is Barlow Legal Services. Now pretty much most of these buildings have a purpose, they're not just shells, and this one is no exception. Now I know you can see Roy's rolls, but in fairness he sells rubber pies. Let's check out the community centre because this is home to little big shots. We could even make it on the street. Okay, well, obviously we gotta check out Roy's rolls. I mean, look at this. Pie, chips and mushy peas, £5.50. Is Roy having a laugh? Now, it's not quite Saturday night, so let's take advantage as there's no queue at Prima Donna. Let's check it out. Now, if I was a betting man, I would put money on Steve and Tim being up to their antics. This is Streetcars. Does anybody have a ladder so we can rescue Santa? Now, I'm happy to pop into this shop to see Mary, but I'm not sure about Tracy and being on the end of her wrath. A hard time for Billy since losing Paul, and I hope he's doing okay. But look at this incredible doorway, complete with stained glass window. It's incredible. Now, she wasn't at the police station, but surely Carla's got to be her own flat. I might be in need of a bus later on, so best check out the bus stop. So no surprises, I'm currently at the Holy Grail. This is Coronation Street, and on my left is the Med Centre. Now, I don't need medical attention or an appointment with Dr. Gaddis, but I certainly would have done if I'd eaten that rubber pie. Look at this. There she is, Coronation Street. Watching the street, I know that you've got to be careful crossing this one as I'm heading to Audrey's. But first off, I need to make a call to check on the cats. Sky Ice, you better not be scratching. You always need to look your best on the street, and Audrey's is the place to go. I could do with a trim. I wonder if she's got any appointments. Closed. Brilliant.
Rovers Return. In.
Now, Richard Hillman was one of the biggest serial killers on the street. This was one of his victims, a bench in tribute to Maxine Peacock. Now, we all know who lives on this side of the street, so let's check out the houses of Tim and Sally, Yasmin and the Platts. One of the most famous family names on the street are the Platts, and they'll be losing the head of the family, Gail, when she leaves the cobbles after 50 years on the street. In fact, she's probably already gone, but we don't know why. I'm just going to make sure that sinkhole is gone from the Platts garden, and hopefully get a glimpse of Sally's impressive conservatory. Ooh!
ITVX will be your best friends.
I'll come back to the cabin shortly, heading now past Rita's to Underworld. Surely Carla's got to be here. Nope, still not in. She's been avoiding me. She's not been the same since she's met that DS Swain. The car's safely at home, but I know if it needed any work, then this would be the place to come. Kevin, Abby and Tyrone will sort me out. And there's only one way of getting your news and your gossip on Coronation Street, and that's at their cabin. So let's check that out. %, off Christmas cards for next year. Sounds like a bargain. Check out the ads. This gumball machine's seen better days. Anybody in? No. Every street has its local, and this is the most famous one in Weatherfield, the Rovers Return Inn. And this could certainly tell you a story or two. It's seen its fair share of dramas, fights, drinking, and action. Living directly next to the Rovers Return Inn is Kenneth Barlow and the rest of the Barlow clan, alongside Steve MacDonald. A home that has seen the biggest affair the nation and the tabloids has ever seen, and a jelly that runs when it should wobble. Next to the Barlows are Ed and Michael Bailey, and I hope they're supporting Dee Dee. but looks like they're not in either. Beyond those green stable doors at number 5, it seems very quiet with the quads, so I'm guessing that Chesney and Gemma are out. Now I know for a fact that Dev isn't going to be in because he's going to be at the corner shop at the end of the street. Now next door at Fizz and Tyrone's house, they certainly deserve an award for putting up with Jack and Vera's bright yellow cladding for so long. Incidentally, there's somebody who's a spitting image of Tyrone in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Nice carpet. No point checking in on number 11 or number 13 Coronation Street. Eileen's going to be in the cab office, George is going to be the funeral directors, and Kevin and Abby are going to be on a breakdown call out, no doubt, because they're not at the garage. Sadly, it looks like I won't be getting any dead flowers or overpriced bargains from Devs anytime soon. Now if you're happy to take a risk underneath the viaduct bistro is a great place to have something to eat. Let's check out the menu because it could be an idea to have the Stevens World Christmas party here. Table for one, 2 bird roast, $18.95. That'll break the budget. Just around the corner from Dev's and living above the shop is Dee Dee. Now, she's certainly been through the walls recently, but she's out getting baby stuff. It's not going to be long now. Now, you can't come to Coronation Street without checking out the famous Ginnell. So that completes the backlot tour of Coronation Street. So come with me because we're heading to meet the star of the tour, a member of the cast of Coronation Street. But who will it be? So I can finally reveal that the star on the street that I met on the tour was Tony Maudsley, who plays George Shuttleworth, the funeral director. Also famous for playing Kenneth in the hit TV comedy series Benidorm. But he won't thank me for sharing that photo. During the meet and greet, there's plenty of opportunity to have your photograph taken with the star. Still under the watchful eye this time of Enid Sharples and Pat Phoenix, my time at the Coronation Street experience is coming to an end. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on great future content from Stevens World UK. Until next time, be safe, be good, be kind, and be careful. It takes 24 hours for the world to turn once. but only 2 seconds to like or subscribe to see great future content from Stevis World UK.